Well, there's two sides here. You have like modern day emo rap, and you have mainstream rap. Mainstream rap tells you do drugs that are expensive as a status symbol and to fit in. And then the rap over here, the emo rap, tells you do hard drugs because you're an outcast. Nobody's as real as you. You're not on lean.
Yeah.
You're spending way less for heroin, the hard shit, because you're an
And
outcast.
everyone's going to realize eventually heroin feels it's lean. It's the same. It's opiate. The opioid high is the opioid high. So it's like
It all breaks down
eventually you're
into the
going to
same
make the
stuff in your
decision
body.
like, damn, I can't keep spending $300 on these, on half a pint or whatever.
Exactly.
Perks feel the same. These fake perks feel the same. This black tar feels the same. And it's, and I've seen that happen to so many people. In high school, it was like cool to drink lean, like I said, like Lil Wayne era. And a lot of
Lil Wayne, the thing with that is they
smoking
marketed. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry for that. I won't interrupt next time like that. My bad, bro. I respect that.
Right.
Because it's all love, bro. At the end of the day, like I know I come off hateful, but it's because I actually love people. That's why I have to be hateful. They don't pay attention if you just love people. If you tell someone you love them, they don't pay attention. But if you say I hate negativity, they'll pay attention. Well, okay, like Lil Wayne, right? The whole shit, right? I was growing up around then. I got clowned a lot because I didn't listen to stuff like I thought conscious rap was cool. I got beat up for it, right? Not a big deal. It happens to everyone. It's not a big deal at all. But Lil Wayne was intentionally marketed to kids. He was calling himself baby. I'm baby. What's little baby? What's the baby? Who do you think this marketed to? Some people, they're so smart, they don't catch the real shit. His name is Baby. You could see his underwear like a diaper. I'm not trying to say anything bad about the culture, but he looks like a baby. He's got a little diaper. He's sucking a little lean bottle. What do you think is going on? Who do you think that's for? Why do you think the colorful jewels? Like, what do you think?
Shiny objects, like there's psychological studies. Shiny objects, they mesmerize you. These trap beats are hypnotic.
That's what
trap beats they mesmerize you. My whole blog so far, I did 3-part series on mesmerism and hypnotism and the hidden roots of that. And I'm not gonna get into that, but that's so relevant. Now, what you said about the names, that brings me another point on my notes. Like Lil Nas X, he admits that was a conscious decision to name himself after Lil Wayne, DMX, and Nas. And now think about that from like a psyop standpoint. So, okay, you want to change hip hop. You want to change this traditional image of, men that can hold it down, right? And this isn't gay bashing at all, because honestly, the year that he came out, Tyler, the Creator, had arguably the best album of the year, like one of them. And he came out too, but he didn't make that the whole thing. He just came out and then dropped a great album. He should have won those awards. That Lil Nas X got more awards than anyone, and nobody listens to that shit. Like, and it was, you can tell me all you want that it wasn't marketed to kids, but to me, that's like, he's a walking psyop. Like, you're gonna take DMX, Nas, because the brain, the subconscious, does not differentiate words. So if you hear a word, your conscious mind is like, oh, it means that. But that's why there's, like, Freud talks about, when you hear the number 6, your subconscious mind also hears sex, because it's like the same word. And that's just, it's not even exactly the same. But if you're telling people, that's a great way to like slip something in. It's mind control. You're taking the impression that you already have in your subconscious and you're transforming it into something else.
That's how we choose drug names in pharma. We write all the suffixes and prefixes on a big board with all the sticky notes. That's how they have these crazy drug names. That's how we do it. That's what I'm saying is I'm aware of a lot of this marketing shit because I'm in one of the most corrupt fields that mastered marketing. I'm in rap and pharma, the two best marketers in the world. So to me, when I see this shit, I'm like, bro, don't you see that that's just marketing? When people defend, like you're talking about Lil Nas X, this is not shade, okay? But when you're defending Lil Nas X, Megan Thee Stallion, Ice Spice, like all these people that you've been marketed to, don't you realize that you're just parroting the marketing that they put onto you? Like, don't you realize that's what's happening? Okay, let me give a clearer example because I don't outside of rap, right? Okay, look at it. This what happened when we had those COVID relief checks, right? We're trying to get money to people, right? And why did it stop? Because of a guy named Joe Manchin. Oh, this rich guy stopped it. Oh, why was there the filibuster? Kristen Cinema, the actress, a movie. She was doing a filibuster. She was acting it out.
Okay? Sam Bankman.
Sam Bankman.
This whole shit is a soap opera. But if you point it out, they'll be like, "What do you mean? This is real. I saw it on TV. Yeah, I saw wrestling on TV. I know it's not real."
Right.
But we gotta provide citations and sources. Like, we're the crazy ones, right? But the privileged, educated people at the top are like, "Oh, I need a source. I need a citation because I'm a good person." Blah blah blah. Yo, let's get even more real. People who go to college are not good people. They're actually bad people with low moral character. Okay, because if you actually believe in what you did in college, that you did put in some work to like learn something and whatever for your community, right? Why aren't you at the forefront pushing back against these institutions? Unless somehow you believe the institutions are all correct, that there's no need to change them, why are you not at the front of it pushing against it? In fact, it's the opposite. You're holding up the institutions. So really, people with college educations are a huge part of the problem. And they are the ones that are trying to dictate morality on the rest of us through their access to institutions such as media, movies, propaganda. That's why I really don't like when people blame one race for all the propaganda or media or Hollywood. I don't like that because everyone is going to benefit of every race if you have access to them. It doesn't matter if you're gay, black, whatever. You get to benefit if you help prop up that system.
Right.
I want to bring it back real quick to what you were saying about subliminal messaging, because that's something that you still can't really talk about, even though everybody knows the government dumps so much money into studying that, and specifically subliminal messaging in kids programming and music and media that kids listen to and watch. But you still can't, you're still corny if you talk about that. So it's really interesting that you would bring that up, because that's something that's still barely touched on and kind of treated as a conspiracy, even though everybody knows that money's being dumped into that.
You know what's crazy is the people who defend they in a roundabout way admit that it is mind control, because they'll be like, we need to put this stuff in the kids' films to open make them know that it's okay. So, and I'm not even speaking on this, like, I'm just using that as an example because it's the only one that's talked about. It's definitely not the only mind control being used, but I'm just saying, like, in the kids' movies, there's all this controversy, then media will blow it up about, oh, Disney movies have like gay people now or whatever. And the people on both sides, like the people who defend that and say it's good, and maybe it is, whatever, they'll say it's to influence them. So it's like, so you are admitting that the media in that this shit is mind control, basically. You're just saying that we need to do it for this agenda
I mean, that's why I hate that framing, bro. They'll be like, yo, what do you mean? What do you mean rap music makes people do this? Isn't it the responsibility of the parents? Bro,
Yeah.
like we've had rap music for like 50 years. I know it affects kids because it affected me.
Exactly.
Right? Like I was just a regular kid from the hood. I'm like, oh, I'm chill, right? While all of a sudden rap came out, I'm like, oh, they're gonna pick on me. I need to tell people I'm a blood. So I started claiming blood. I started selling drugs. I put different powders in Ziploc bags, sold it to kids across the street, said it was Coke. It wasn't Coke. They sniffed flour and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. Okay, this is all I got beat by my dad so many times for trying to claim blood. I was walking outside my apartment with a red bandana on my back. My dad beat the shit out of me. All right. I'm saying I know because I did it. Okay. Even when I was 18, 19, 20 and I knew better, I was like, oh, I'm on the hard drug. I'm on the this, I'm on that. Just because I needed the next rhyme to fit in. If I put another rhyme in, it would be too corny, right?
Everyone was saying that.
That's how I know, because I did the shit.
Exactly. Dude, in middle school, we used to sell, I think it was called Vicam or something. We used to shoplift these cough medicine, right? Because we didn't know shit about drugs yet. This was before I even got exposed to real drugs. We would steal these fucking cough medicines, not even syrup or anything, but it was cough medicine, and that's what we heard was the thing. And we would fucking sell it like, oh, if you drink enough of it, it gets you high. Like, yeah, anyone that says, and that's why us being honest about this, I think, is powerful, because
they can't be honest because they're insecure. Okay, I know what my flaws and my strengths are. I don't care what's you have to understand the root cause of all this shit. All this shit is insecurity, and the insecurity, that's what the whole propaganda is for. It's the same shit when you see billboards with like models, right? Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I gotta buy that thing to change. I gotta do something to change so that I'm accepted, because what I am now, just as I was born, my whole body is not good enough. Yeah. So it's that thinking of insecurity even the college educated, the people from privileged backgrounds, the beautiful, sexy people, the tall people, they're more insecure than me. They're more insecure than me. And my name is Big Baby Gandhi. I'm literally Gandhi, and I'm not insecure the way these other people are insecure. I don't have the need to have someone think I'm tough the way that these people are who are tough. They go to the gym, they like what's it called? Like deadlift. They're deadlifting and they're insecure. Someone's gonna call them pussy. You could call me pussy right now, and I'll give you a hug, bro. I love being called pussy. I love it. Yo, call me a pussy, call me whatever. I love that because that means, oh, you know me then. You know I'm pussy. Of course I'm pussy. Come hang with the pussy, bro. It doesn't bother me because I'm not a pussy. You see, like this is the real problem nowadays. Everyone is so insecure.
Right.
It's even deeper. It's even deeper than insecurity to me because we have this whole narrative that people think doing drugs makes them cool. Like they don't think that. It's true. Because I've lived that, and doing drugs did make me cool. I didn't think it made me cool. That made my social stock go up. So I know that it's not just insecurity because some people are just doing what makes sense for them. We've created this culture where doing drugs actually does make you cool, which is fucked up, but it's true.
Yeah, and selling drugs too. I've seen so many people that would sell drugs all the time, and they're not making money. They're not profiting.
No.
They could like get a job at part-time, like a couple hours, make the same amount of actual profit. Some people's even selling shit the same price they bought it for, just to be a drug dealer, just to be perceived as a drug dealer. Just buy a bunch of drugs and resell them for no reason. Like, yeah, it's fucking crazy.
And it gets you mad pussy.
Yeah.
It gets you mad pussy too.
Selling drugs does definitely, like you said, increase your social stock from what I've heard. So it's like,
oh, yo, Jirb, you snap. You get so much pussy selling drugs, it's crazy. Okay,
it's crazy.
When I first moved out to San Francisco,
where I'm from in the PNW, you wouldn't even have to say 1,000 Xanax. You could say a boat. And everybody knows what that means. Everybody knows what that means. Fucking 16-year-olds know what that means out there.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people who are totally divorced from this shit that's so obvious to us that they want to tell us, no, Mac Miller didn't do anything wrong. He was a beautiful genius. Bro, he was one of the worst role models for kids I've ever seen in my life. And people worship and dick ride this guy still. Look at how badly we treat people like DMX, Whitney Houston, right? They abuse the drugs. We call them the worst names. We call them crackheads. We have crazy crack jokes about Bobby and Whitney. Okay, Whitney Houston, possibly one of the best singers that ever existed in humanity. And we clown her. But look at Mac Miller. I don't mean to harp on Mac Miller, bro, but it's a big part of the problem, okay? Like Little Peep, right? That's the same stuff. Even Juice WRLD, right? These dudes who are not willing to talk about being violent or abuse women, their only path to acceptance is overusing drugs and crashing out. Think about that. I want to be a good person. I don't want to hurt my brother. I don't want to abuse my sister. I don't want to hurt them. Okay, I'll take drugs and I'll hurt myself. Right. I'll take the drugs. Now I'm valid.
And see, but it's not even just being perceived that you're popping pills and stuff and taking drugs they think you're valid. It's how it makes you feel allows you to act that out. Like whether, even like we were saying earlier about the crime, like you can be the biggest pussy in the world. You pop the right Xanax combination, you'll rob a bank, like it's just,